I'm Harrison.
I'm Kaleena. Nice to meet you.
It's good to meet you. What keeps you busy?
Well, I work for a company called Lux Beauty Group, and we are manufacturers that own many different brands, but we own a brand called Royal Apothec, and that's what drew me to the company. So, Royal Apothec was discovered by my boss, who hails from London, and he discovered an apothecary manual up in Kensington.
What's apothecary mean?
Back in the olden days, they used to have there was a mix of doctors, and they were kind of like doctors mixed with pharmaceuticals.
What are pharmaceuticals?
They, like in this day and age, they give you your drugs. So if you go and you have a cold or an illness, they will give you like what you need to get healthy.
Yeah.
Back in the olden days, they only had one source, and that was apothecs. And they would make a concoction of things, and they would give it to you, and it would make you better. That's all they had. Okay? So now in this day and age, we have so many things. We have doctors.
Seems like it wouldn't work very well.
Well,
like in the olden days.
I know. That's why people died. Because it wasn't very good. But the reality was, that's all you had. So you would have these apothecs you would go to, and you would hope that they could make you better. And they would concoct things based on herbs and spices and remedies that they had heard and witch tales and whatever. And they would try to make you better. Now we have doctors and pharmacists, and we have a whole slew of people. But we didn't have that in the olden days. So he found this apothecary manual back in the 1800s, and it had all of these recipes for the monarchs, which were the royalty back then. And so the royalty would come to this apothec and say, can you prescribe me something? And the apothec would say, yes, I have this for you. So we took it back to, he started this company. He took it back to the olden days, and he said, let's make fragrances, candles, bath and body, all these fun things that go back to the basis of what we used to do, right? And so we called it Royal Apothec. And so all of our scents, all of our candles, all of our bath and body is very it's catered to making you feel better and to the basis of scents in general.
So your company will make like a soap or whatever the person wants to make you feel better?
Yeah. So now we are not a service company, so
I have
it's
old
not
recipes.
Yeah, so you don't come to us and then we make you something, but we have made a line of things like fragrances and candles and soaps, whatever, that we think will make you feel better and take you back to the olden days of so to speak. Yeah.
So, who does your company help?
We cater to basically women of all ages, men of all ages. I would say our demographic is, 20 all the way up to like 75. There's something for everyone, and they're very accessible, and they're very affordable given the quality that people get. So it's exciting because women can take something home, even if it's just a candle to burn in a time of need. They can take it home and burn it and not feel like they are gonna go broke and have to buy, another candle. So it's nice to have something for people that want to have an everyday luxury.
So if you could go back in time to your 11-year-old self, what would you say to her?
I would say I've always wanted to make people happy since I was little. I've always been a jokester. I've always been a comedian, which I still do. And I still do comedy every night. And what I love about my company is they let me do what I want to do every night and do comedy and still do that. And we're very much a culture of making people feel better. So if our product brings someone joy, that makes me happy. So that brings me back to my younger self, where I say, okay, if this candle, and I give many of our products away to my friends and my family, and anytime anyone's in need, I give away like gift baskets and And
So a good salesperson.
yeah, well, I make people feel happy. I give it to them because I want them to smile, and that's what I've always wanted to do. So I'm very proud that I'm still doing that, and I work for a company that still believes in that. And my cousin, who went through a hard time, I gave her a gift basket one time that was ridiculous, and I just wrote her a note and I said, it gets better. And I sent it to her, and it got her through the next year of life. And she was like, you know what, it does get better. Because at the end of the day, we all want to feel pretty and happy and loved and cared for. And our products, I think, do that. And like I said, my company allows me to also do comedy, which allows me to make people happy and make them laugh in times of need. So I think I do that.
So what is your company's name?
Royal Apothec.
Okay.
And the parent company is called Lux Beauty Group. And so we have a couple of brands, but Royal Apothec is our main brand, and that's what we really put out there for the world.
Just had a question. When you were little, what job did you want to grow up to be? Like, when you were little, what did you want to grow up and be?
That's a tough question because I was an actress, so I wanted.
You were an actress in your previous life?
No, I still am. Good question. I still am. I wanted to be a firefighter, a doctor, veterinarian, a salesperson. I wanted to be all of it. And I realized when you grow up, you can be all of it. You literally can if you put your mind to it. And so I decided to have it all. And so I work with a group of people that I love. And I have so much fun every day when I go into work. And then at night, I go and I do comedy. I make people laugh. And sometimes I go sing for people.
So when you say you're an actress, what do you mean? Like, do you get hired in movies or?
Yeah. Not movies yet, but sometimes I do. I did a web series called Sunday Brunch. And I do, I'm very fortunate that I have a close circle of friends, and they hire me sight unseen because they know me. And so I still act, and I still do comedy, I still sing, I still dance sometimes. So I get to do a lot of fun things as an adult, and I think that you can really have it all.
Well, thank you. But what did you go to college to study, if you don't mind saying?
Originally, I thought I was going to college for theater, and when I went there, I realized it was more of a degree of doing things for theater people. And I was like, well, I don't want to do that. So I studied, and I graduated in visual arts media with an emphasis in film. So I basically studied film in college, and I still use that to this day. But I'm not a director, but it comes in handy when I want to do video montages and all that fun stuff. Mm-hmm. And one day I plan to direct my own movies and have a production studio, and it's all possible. So, what you go to college for does not define who you are. And I went and I had a good education, and I got well-rounded in the arts, and it was fun.
Well, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. This was fun. And I like your hair.
Thank you.
It's pretty sweet. You're like, comb it forward. Comb it forward. I'm like, I can't do that. I just can do this. I just chose
Do you have any other questions?
I think that's good.
You
Yes,
good?
sir.
All right,
Although
sir.
I tend to get a bunch of mosquito bites on my head. So.
Well, that happens.